Mental health is one of the most vital aspects of our well-being, as it helps guide our emotions, feelings, as well as physical and psychological actions. Sadly, this vital sector is bugged with a lot of untrue rumors and myths, so today we're going to be debugging some common myths surrounding mental health issues. Let's get started. Number 1. You can't work with mental health conditions. A very common and persistent myth is that people suffering from mental health related conditions cannot perform efficiently at a job or can't be productive members of the workforce. This is totally false. It is, however, true that someone suffering from such a severe medical health condition might not be able to carry out regular work duties, nor do the strenuous ones at that. Despite that though, different medical researchers have shown that the majority of people with mental health issues can be as productive as individuals without them. Hence, this myth is totally untrue. Also, consider hitting that subscribe button to support the channel. Number 2. They are signs of weakness. This one is no more true than saying that a broken leg is a sign of weakness. Mental health disorders are illnesses and not signs of poor character. Similarly, people, for instance, with depression cannot snap out of it, any more than someone with diabetes or something like that can immediately recover from their condition. If anything, the opposite is true. Fighting a mental health condition takes a great deal of strength. Therefore, suffering from mental health illnesses doesn't show that you're weak. It even shows that you're quite strong, as you are fighting relentlessly to stop it. Number 3. Only people without friends need a therapist. There is a large difference between structured talking therapies and speaking with friends. Both can help people with mental illnesses in different ways, but a trained therapist can address issues constructively and in ways that even the best of friends cannot match. Also, not everyone can open up entirely in front of their nearest and dearest. Therapy is confidential, objective, and entirely focused on the individual, which is not generally possible in more informal chats with untrained friends. Number 4. Mental health issues are often permanent. A mental health diagnosis is not necessarily a life sentence. Each individual's experience with mental illness is different. Some people might not experience trances, and some might. Some might experience periodic episodes, between which they return to their normal version of themselves. Others may find treatments, medication, or talking to therapists a way to restore balance to their lives. Some people may not feel as though they are fully recovered from a mental illness, and some may experience progressively worse symptoms. Number 5. Everyone with a mental illness are known to be violent. This is of course a myth, and thankfully, as the world becomes more aware of mental health conditions, this misconception is slowly dying away. Even individuals who are experiencing the most serious conditions, like schizophrenia, are mostly non-violent. Some people with certain mental illnesses can indeed become violent and unpredictable, but they're in the minority. Number 6. You can snap out of depression or anxiety if you try hard enough. Mental health issues do not have an on-off switch. These are conditions that require real support and real treatment, in the form of counseling, medications, or self-care activities. Sometimes disorders like depression or anxiety affect your brain in ways that therapy alone cannot fully treat, and in these cases, your brain might need medication to fully restore its functionality to where it was before it got sick. While certain actions like attending therapy, being around people who love and support you, or watching your favorite movie can help ease these symptoms, some do not solve conditions like depression and anxiety. Those actions can be helpful, but we certainly don't have full control like a light switch over our emotional state. Number 7. Your problems will leave if you start going for therapy. It should be noted that going for therapy sessions can indeed help you develop the coping skills needed to alleviate your mental health conditions, but that does not mean that it will cure you. Certain conditions like eating disorders, bipolar disorder, or schizophrenia require consistent work or therapy throughout an individual's life. Other conditions like depression or anxiety may necessitate constant treatment or variable treatment. While therapy can be a helpful tool that makes your symptoms get better, it doesn't always cure everyone's condition immediately or forever. Some people who are in therapy for depression, for example, may get better, while others, although they might get better for some time, there may also be times in their lives when an episode of depression comes back. Hence, this myth is not true. Number 8. Technology affects your mental health. We've all heard how social media and our constant access to the internet is impacting our mental health. So it would be easy to assume that it's all bad, but it's not that straightforward. Whether technology hurts or helps your mental health comes down to the way you're using it. It's all about how you utilize technology like social media. The best way to judge if social media is impacting your mental health is to assess how you feel during and after use. If a certain app makes you feel bad about yourself, or leaving you feel depressed or anxious, then you may need to break away from using it or stop using it altogether. However, there is another side to technology that fosters uplifting connections with other people and provides resources on positive practices like meditation and mindfulness. So it's not true that all technology has only got adverse effects on one's mental health. Number 9. Your mental health is important only if you have a mental illness. Even if you're not struggling with a mental health condition, there are several ways in which you can protect your emotional state. Mental health is for everyone, everywhere, no matter what you are, who you are, how old you are, or how well you're doing. Just like there are things that we can do to stay overall healthy, like exercise, eating well, and going to the doctor on a regular basis, we can also change how we proactively take care of our mental health, so that we can then stay on top of it and feel like the best version of ourselves. On top of taking social media breaks, getting enough sleep, and eating enough nutritious foods, you could read journals, meditate, practice mindfulness, do deep breathing exercises, listen to your favorite music or podcast, spend time with friends, and practice whatever it is that makes you feel happy. That being said, these are some of the few myths about mental health. So do ensure not to fall for these myths, as they are not really helpful in living out a healthy mental life. There you go, guys. So what other popular myths do you think are spreading around, and which ones do you think are worrying for those concerned about their mental health? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want more amazing content just like this. See you soon.